back as we continue the discussion on 21st century warfare and how even at this front decade of the 21st century, boy, it's a different game. It's a different game out there.
It is. I mean, you know, if we had a crowd dispersed on one side, you got cops on the other, and they're throwing rocks at you, kinetic weapons, okay? The cops have pistols. That's dangerous enough. But the cops can't shoot the rocks out of the air.
Right.
Well,
but now...
Something else that's very different about warfare is the command structure. That command can watch the war in real time back in D.C., in Tampa, wherever they are.
You can be so far removed
in Langley,
from
Virginia.
it, yeah.
They watch the thing unfold. So what had been the fog of war,
Right.
there is no more fog of war. There simply is the video screen as weapons are deployed, as it happens.
Like a video game.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
And
it's
so
a big video game.
these decisions are made at the highest levels in real time.
Exactly.
There's no fog of war. There's no saying we
There's
didn't
no-
know what we
yeah.
what we were doing. They
Right.
knew exactly what they were doing, and it was recorded.
But, you know, I see possibly an advancement here, and that is, Barb brought this up last time, and that is, it was a really good point, by the way, maybe we don't have Army men getting killed.
Right. Well, the point I
that's the
was
ideal.
making was that it becomes a weapon-to-weapon type of
Weapon to
warfare.
weapon.
Robot
Like
to robot.
robotic
We
wars.
take the human being out of it and we make it totally like a video game, video chess game.
The problem with that is the Iraqis or whomever we're
I know,
fighting
right.
don't have the technology.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm saying I'm
ideally.
trying to allow for the ideal that perhaps,
Yeah.
with a shift in consciousness, we have to allow the possibility that we could change warfare to, if we have to have warfare,
If we have to have
let's
warfare.
make it between these inanimate objects instead of between the human beings that suffer.
You know,
I know we're probably never going to
So,
do that.
I'll tell you what you're saying. What you're saying here is we just break out our Xboxes, we jump online, and that is the war.
And that's the war.
Yeah.
No death, no
no-
real destruction.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real war.
But if you don't have real destruction, then you don't have the reconstruction, which is the economic stimulus on the backside of war, and
Right.
that's largely why so
Why
many
people
wars
go to
are
war.
fought, is to effect social change.
Oh, we affected it great with these wars, haven't
and
we?
what's interesting is how do bioweapons then play into this down the road?
Now, that's very scary.
There's
That's
the
very
scary.
scary.
Because
now,
that-
there's where the real weaponry
That's the
is
ugliness.
heading.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's
Now-
where we're going.
Now, yeah, you know, years ago, of course, I had read that major corporations, I'm not saying it's Toyota, but like Mitsubishi, Toyota, they were financing the opium. Okay.
The opium trade.
Right.
Out of Afghanistan.
And wars
Who's over there now?
Wars were being fought over a traded product, like
Right.
oil, like drugs. The whole drug cartel, you know, Ali North back then. It was all motivated by a product that made a lot of money. Of course, that's how they had to feed the war.
Well, we pushed Japan into World War II by cutting off their access to natural resources, to oil.
Yeah.
So they were backed into a corner. There's really nothing else they can do. And when you offer a population no option other than a military reaction,
I mean,
that's what you're going to
what you
get.
do.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they wanted. That's
Well,
exactly-
it is. It is.
Well,
not the
obviously,
Japanese, the U.S.
it's what
wanted.
we
it.
Right, right.
wanted.
Well, it's the powers that be,
Right,
which
right.
still puppet.
Sound familiar with how we got into this one, but let's not go there.
Well, what I want to do is I want to go to our next clip here. This one is another clip of some highly advanced weaponry.
Again, standoff surveillance, paint the target with a laser.
And listen to the guy breathing, okay?
Darth Vader,
Listen to his heart.
I got numerous individuals on the road. You want me to take those out? Take them out.
Take them out.
It wasn't
That's
even
so-
thought.
I
It was
mean,
just a
not even
reaction.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just.
Well,
yeah.
take them out.
They're not my kids.
Yeah.
Now, are these military personnel or civilians?
Probably civilians.
Probably
We don't-
civilians.
Yeah.
They're human
It
beings
didn't
either
matter
way.
to them.
You know what?
it
Just
didn't-
individuals.
10 seconds.
And they're going to temple.
or to Walmart.
Oh.
Look at
Oh,
that.
God.
Look at
You
that.
know?
Now listen.
Oh.
Shh, shh.
Oh, dude.
Can you believe that?
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
I mean, how...
Dude, that was cool.
What?
How cool was that,
detached.
dude?
What else was going to happen? I mean, there was no other way anything else was going to happen except mass murder. I mean, it just
So the
but-
proper response to that is
Dude.
Yeah. Now,
it's a
got
video
chocolate on
game.
It's a video
dude.
game.
Hey, cool.
And that's another thing. Video games, like I walk into Chuck E. Cheese's, and you'll see video games lined up against the wall, most of which are shooter games, most of which are war games, and I can't help but think, is this terrorist training camp, Chuck E. Cheese's, right here in America?
Well, it all
Terrorist
started.
training. It's military training.
It all started with Asteroid and Pac-Man.
Pong. I can remember Pong.
Pong was fun.
Well, for me, it was
Played on the
Slingshot.
Commodore 64 just fine.
Yeah.
It did work on Commodore 64, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But
wow.
those video games are training
Yeah.
the kids
Yeah.
to be, one, detached, and two, to be really, really, really good at
That
what they're
way.
doing.
Yep. It's kind of rough. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. Back after this.